Hi everyone, welcome to WW Designs. My name is Nikki and today we are going to do the next installment in my Vintage Glam Junk Journal. I have a playlist that shows you all the videos for how to make this journal and all the pretty things we have already put into it. And today we are going to use this page here that I didn't cut down to size. I simply folded it over. So we're going to create a cute little bit to pop on this and give it some strength. And what I'm going to use is this delightful Art Decoria paper pad, 8 by 8 inch from Scrap Boys that I bought earlier in the year. And I thought the vibe of this was absolutely perfect for my Vintage Glam Journal. So to save some time, I have already cut out some of the pieces we're going to use. So let's get crafting. The first thing I've done is I've cut out a strip, and if we go back to the page we're putting it on, the idea of this is for it to be placed on here, and that way with all the decorations on there, it will make a nice firm base. If I try and put all the deco on this, because this is just a sheet of normal photocopy paper, it's probably going to maybe buckle and possibly tear. So I thought, right, let's create a base. So we are starting with that. Then the next thing we're going to do, I went through my stash. I was on a hunt for gold ribbon and I found this, except we're going to start at the other end. This, I think, was left over from Christmas, or I got it at a op shop. I honestly can't remember. But what I want to do is create a ruffle to put down the side. So what I've done, I could just go and machine stitch it, but we're going to do a little bit of hand stitching. I have a bead needle, so they're ridiculously fine. They take about 4 hours to thread because the eye is so tiny, but that's okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to roughly go into the middle. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And I'm just going to pop in a little stitch or two just to get us started, just to fold that edge over, and that way we get that nice folded edge. Then all I'm going to do is create a fold. So I've just grabbed a piece with the bend in my fingers and I'm going to pull it up to there, and then I am going to come from the back. We're going to go up. Are we in the middle there? Let's have a look. No, I think we're a little bit out. Let's at least sort of try and start in the center, and then that will sort of help guide me down. Just going to pick this up and pop it through. I think I did a very good guess with my first attempt there. We're going to go, again, sort of in the middle. This does not have to be perfect. And then what I've done, I've grabbed some little black seed beads. I like to put them in a bowl, only because, a white bowl, I should say, because it makes it easy for my eyes that are no longer 18 years old to find the center of the beads and grab one. So very simple procedure this. And then we go down back in just underneath where we came up through, and we just slowly, gently pull the thread through. We don't want knots and things like that, because honestly, re-threading beading needles. And I use one of those little, what do you call it? You know, those little metal things that have that thin, you know, a needle threader. I do use one of those, but even that is hard work, I can tell you. So we just do this very gently and slowly until we have got to the bottom. So I hope you are all well. It's a beautiful, warm, sunny day here in southeast Queensland, which is very pleasant. And I know I feel very lucky. In my last video, I was so worried about the people of Florida and what they were going through, and it has not been fun for them. So I am very grateful that we sit here today. Oh, now look at this. I've already got a little knot. This is where you just have to be very gentle. Slow and steady wins this race. So as I pinch it up and pull it up, I'm going just below the next one. I don't care if they're not all exactly the same size. This is a Vntage Glam Journal, and I'm pretty sure back then they wouldn't, I don't even know if they had sewing machines, so they would have hand stitched things and things would not be perfectly straight. So we're not going to stress about that. And there we go. And another one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue with this process. Pretty sure you don't need to sit here for hours and watch me do it, because I do have to do it slowly and gently. So I will be back when I have made it the correct length. I will see you soon. Well, ruffle is complete. Took me way longer than what I thought it would, because my daughter rang me in the middle of it all, as we are planning a trip to Europe in December. And of course, we were talking all things packing, but never mind, it is done. I did tuck the end over just to make it a little bit neater, and I've made it slightly shorter than the full length because I do want a little bit of the writing to be showing at the top and bottom. So now I'm just going to grab my favourite glue and run a nice strip all the way down. No, not quite to the bottom. Okay, and then we're just going to gently place it down. And I want it to hang over the edge a bit, because a lot of the little things I'm making for this journal, this is a way I want to add nice little bits that stick out. And this is one way to do that. So now we just have to let that sit there for a few minutes, and then we can continue on with our embellishing. So that's had just a couple of minutes. It's now nice and dry. And I have a few other little embellishments I want to put on this. I've got this beautiful chess piece image, which I want to place in here, and that way it can also be used to sort of lift the flap up. So let's add a little bit of glue down this side. And let's just pop that in there. And we have a few really cute flowers. And what I was thinking, oh, let me have a look. Do I need to shimmy that down just a tiny little bit? Maybe. Well, there we go. I think that's a bit better. Okay, luckily with Helmer's Tiger Grip, you are given a little bit of leeway. But now I want to add some florals. I fussy cut these out, but what I'm thinking of doing is literally splitting it down the middle, roughly, and then adding some on either end. And just tucking that in under there as well. And the same for the other side. Okay. Perfect. Now, I also fussy cut some leaves, but I don't think I really need them. I think that looks pretty full the way it is. I also grabbed this gold bow. Don't know if I really need that either. And I also grabbed out a black heart in case I wanted that somewhere. Maybe we could do something like that. Or maybe not. I might ponder that. So what we're going to do is just put this aside for the moment before I decide whether any more is going to go on to that. Then the next thing we're going to do is make a journaling card to tuck in under this tuck. So what we're going to do, I better bring this back here for a moment, just to give me an idea of length. So we're just going to trim that across there. Now, I'm not going to cut it into a tag shape as such, because another bit that I fussy cut was this beautiful nameplate. I don't know what it's meant to be, but I thought if we folded that in half and attach this to the top, that could be our tab, and then we'll just keep everything square. So we can just apply that up here like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, hang on, I've just had a thought too. I think I've just decided where the bow is going. Wait a minute, that's just a little bit too crooked, I think. Okay, that's a bit better. I think the bow is going on here. There you go, that's a good idea. So, quick little bit of glue. Flip this over. And why not have the bow up there? I quite like that. Now, we're going to have a little bit of embellishment down on this card because this is one of her bows that she is very partial to, but she doesn't want people to know. So what we're going to do is we're going to add him. We're going to put a little bit of contrast here, and he will be hiding underneath. So I think what we need to do is, might ink these edges actually. I think we could do with a little bit of that. Let's use some ground espresso. Maybe not a blue coloured dauber. Let's do this. Should have done this, of course, before I put the tab down, but it was only when I was looking at this and realised I wanted a bit more contrast that I thought maybe we better ink some edges. Let's go. That's fine. Actually, I wonder if we might just do just a little bit on the edges of these flowers to just soften a little bit of that white. And I think we better do her bow, who is a very mean chess player. So that's why we've got the little chess symbol there. He loves playing chess and he is very good at it. Ah, that looks better. Oh, I like that. Okay, so I've grabbed a little scrap of the same piece I used for the backing there. And this was mainly because I wanted a little bit of contrast. I was worried that this would get too lost on this beautiful floral because the background is quite light. I'm going to pop this over here, maybe up a little bit. Okay, and then we'll pop him down. Yeah, that looks better with a little bit of inking. It's amazing when you ink edges, the difference it can make. It's fabulous, actually. Then I wonder if we should include the little heart, or maybe we'll do that. I just found this in my stash. Oops, sorry, knocked my stand. There we go. And I also found this little sentiment. This was not in the paper pack. I had this in my stash because I just felt I wanted something down there. I love you to the moon and back. I thought we can add that in. Right, oops, maybe not upside down. We can pop that down there. And that's done. Now, do I want to use my leaves or not? No, you know what? I think we'll let that be. So now we need to grab the journal. This is where I want to attach this piece. So what I'm going to do is just simply put some glue all the way down and around. Just turn this to the side. Might make it easier to help me line it up. And then we're going to just keep it away up a tiny bit. There we go. So we've got a little bit of the edge showing. I don't mind that at all. We just gently press that down. And then you can see, look at that beautiful ruffled edge down there. I love that. And then we have our journal card, tag, yes, whichever, hidden away in the back here. And you can't see her bow, so she can keep that secret. And we're done. And then, of course, this sticks out the top, and it's also very pretty on the back, as well as that side. So very happy with that. And how easy was that? So grab out a 6x6 or 8x8 paper pack that has some pretty things in it and make this really easy piece for your journal. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments box below. And if you have a second, I would love it if you would hit the like button. It just helps other people find my channel. And until next time, please stay safe and stay healthy. Bye for now.